Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Wednesday morning. How are we doing all this morning? A little late to the party. Had to get some kids off to school and some other things set up, but we are ready to go. In the chat, say hello. Make sure you guys can hear me all right, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Glad to have you guys. Hello, Godfidence. I made a video on that. Trading Godfidence. Love the name. We're going to have a good time here this morning. If you see a camera floating in my background, it's because I got a new slider I really like, and I'm doing some cool moves with it. So it should be a good time here. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. We have a few minutes. I want to make sure I got everything set up. Let's jump up to the daily time frame and let's take a look and see what we got. So the market sold off yesterday. We had a phenomenal trading day in the Discord yesterday. If you weren't and aren't in the Discord, you should consider getting in there. We ended up getting a 70 handle win. Great lessons. Oh my gosh. We had to sit through some drawdown. We chose not to let our emotions mess with us. We ended up taking a nice trade and got a nice win of it. We'll go over some of those details here. But the market has slipped down into this daily fair value gap. And since we're in that daily fair value gap now, where this candle goes, we don't know. However, because of a big sell-off day, we got to anticipate another lower day. We have to set that as the baseline. We expect lower prices. So that's what we're going to look for initially, and we'll see if there's any opportunities with that in mind. I'm going to delete some of these things to just clean this up here. And we will go ahead. Oh, what is this blue line? I don't know what that blue line was for. Okay, so let's go and take a look. So from a daily perspective, that's where we're at. There's nothing lower. Have we swept liquidity here? We haven't swept liquidity on this daily candle yet, so we can put that as a daily swing low. Daily low, high. Well, let's just do that for right now. And then dropping down to the 4 hour. Could we get a retracement higher? I think that's a possibility as well. If you go from this 4 hour swing high, which was the beginning of the move, down to the low, the midpoint is all the way up here. Look at that. Right at the previous week low. Right there. That's interesting. That makes this level extremely attractive to me. It's also in line with this low over here. So if you're taking a look, and I'm off the kilter here. We haven't even opened in prayer yet. We're gonna do that here in a second. But we have this level right here. We need to make sure that is a breaker, my friends. That is a breaker that is overlapping with the midpoint of this range. Also, if we were to put that 4 hour fair value gap right there, check this out. It's right around the midpoint of that 4 hour fair value gap. Interesting stuff. Dropping down to the 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour time frame is right at the beginning of this hourly BISI, and we're going to go ahead and mark that level there. So we got multiple levels here for price to potentially move higher. This isn't the low of day. This was a previous day low. I think it was last week or something like that. Okay, before we go any further, let's pause and let's open in prayer, okay? Father, we just honor you this morning. Thank you for your wisdom. I thank you for a great trading day yesterday, Lord. You gave us understanding. You gave us insight into the market, and I just pray that that continues today. Lord, I just pray a blessing over everyone here. Lord, that they would see your goodness in their life. Father, I pray that you would pour out your Spirit upon everyone here, that they would see increase in their trading, that they would be blessed with everything they set their hands to. And Father, I pray for those that don't know you, that they would come to know you in a rich and meaningful way. Father, that you would bless them immensely, that you'd show them the expanse of your kingdom. And we declare all that in Jesus' name. And everyone said amen. Okay, so from a higher perspective, this potentially could be an area of interest. As of right now, though, from an hourly perspective, this is where we're finding resistance. This hourly SIBI right now. This hourly SIBI has gotten price, held it here, and we have had 7 a.m. Yeah, let's drop down to the 15-minute here. We have this 15-minute fair value gap, which is at 7:15 p.m., and that's the 15-minute SIBI. Price has nice movement here, to be honest with you. Here is a breaker that we're in right now, so lower prices potentially. We just reacted off the daily low on the 15-minute time frame, potentially to see lower prices. We have a 15-minute SIBI right here, or a BISI right there, and we got 4 minutes till the market opens. All good stuff right here. All good stuff. A little bit of a balanced price range, as you can see right there. Nice balanced price range. We tagged that fair value gap, and then we went higher. Do you guys see that? That's the power of a balanced price range. It will come back down to that fair value gap, and then boom, it will launch higher. Yesterday's 3 p.m. reversal model failed. I was a little disappointed in it. I did take that trade. So the beautiful big numbers that I had yesterday did not stay big and beautiful. I had ended up taking a loss on the 3 p.m. model yesterday. But that's kind of what we're looking at. Let's pull out the daily low, or the London low. London low. And then London high has already been ran. Let's mark midnight open. Look how midnight open was tagged beautifully on that London low tag. So that is an area of interest as well. I'm seeing multiple directions here, folks. Multiple directions. I see higher prices. I see lower prices. And then the last thing we need to mark is our our 4 p.m. 4:15, I should say. Got a premium opening range gap. There we go. All right, give me a second. Dropping down to the 1 minute time frame. Nice big candle at 8 or 9:29. Here. Okay, break even on the 930 model. Nothing came from that one. Let's go ahead and mark our levels out here. Oh, we are not set up. Oh, I forgot to open that up. All right, so when you see a big move like this, don't get manipulated into it. Yes, it's very enticing to want to take this short right now. I even want to take it short, but am I going to? No, I'm not. I'm not going to just jump into a trade and not know what's going on here. Okay? Can't do that. I like how we respected the previous day low. We tagged the previous day low. So now we could potentially run further. This is the daily low of last week. We're really close to that. That looks attractive. Got a little breaker right here. Let's say good morning. Michael, Lawrence, Wendy, Jason, Garth, Marcus, good morning. Wilhelm, how you doing? Ken, Jeff, John, Jeremy, Matthew, what's up? How you guys doing? Taven, Daniel, Steve, BC, Dominic, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Mangus, good morning. Looks like this is in the crosshairs right now. Efren, good morning. Georgia boys, good morning. Hooked with Hunter, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Did we have, let's pull up the FX calendar here. And let's see what we got for news. I know we have something today. 10 a.m. FOMC speaker or FOMC minutes at 1 p.m. We have orange folder at 10 a.m. or 11, I guess that should be. So we got the green light to trade. We're just going to look for a clean opportunity here. Inside that consolidation, we just broke out of it. We'll see if it holds here in the next minute and see how it responds. This candle right here is going to be interesting to take a look at. We have our 930. This is 931, which is technically our first presented fair value gap here. So we'll mark that out. It's really small, but 931 is our first presented fair value gap for the day. There's our entry. We got to wait for this candle to close potentially for the 930. This has a 50% win rate. It's a 50% win rate, I'd say. But we have a clear draw of area of interest that I like. So that could play out. That's 30 handles potentially. It's looking quite good. I'm going to be careful on the entry here. These are large candles. That candle itself is 26 handles. Just the body itself. So we'll look at right there. I'm going to take a small entry right there to the downside to see if it wants to continue here. Based off this fair value gap right here. Looking for London low at 344. That's what I have right now. Just looking for the midnight open and London low to be tagged. See if it wants to give that to us. Also, the rejection or the close below the first presented fair value gap, and then the attempt to go higher but a close below, that's where I decided to take that entry. Looking for just this little push right here. Looking for that lower low right here. There we go. That's a good sign. Just a nice expansion into that London low. Oh, don't retrace it all here. I'm watching NQ, not making sure when I see it hit on NQ that I'm going to close the position if it doesn't actually trigger at the same time for MNQ. All right, folks, there it is. Just like that. Just like that. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Nice little trade there off of the first presented fair value gap. That was a total of 38 handles. We got a 38 handle move. You could be done for the day, folks. You could walk away and say, you know what? Thank you, Jesus. I got what I needed today. I'm going to call it a day. That's as simple as that. That's all we got to do. You do that once a day and you're golden. Okay? That's it. Now what we're going to do is sit on our hands. We're going to sit on our hands until we got more clarity. To me, this was the obvious draw. It was the obvious point of interest. So when I saw the tag of the first presented fair value gap, I saw us close below the first presented fair value gap, and then this candle right here was the linchpin for me. It's what gave me the confidence to get in. Was when this candle acted as if it was going back up, but then closed below the first presented fair value gap. I was like, that's enough. I'm going. Now, did we end up closing above it? Yes, but I was already in the trade at that point, and so I'm not going to get out because it closed right there. Right? My entry was based on this fair value gap. It was not, my stop was based on this fair value gap because the idea was based on this fair value gap. This was just my confirmation entry. So now what do we get? Once we hit the London low, what kind of reaction are we getting? Okay? When you do this enough, guys, and you do this enough, you become more confident in looking for that low. Will it not always work? Correct. It will not always work, but it does. It works from time to time. In this case, it played out nicely. So we're going to celebrate that win. Thank the Lord for it. I did not chase this trade. I just let it come to me. It felt right. All my confirmations lined up. We had the rejection of the previous day low. So look at all the things that now line up. Here's what you do after you trade. Okay? After you take a trade, win or loss, go back and look at the past hour of price action. Look at the past 2 hours of price action. Or let me rephrase it. Look at the past price leg to see, did the previous price leg support the idea for your trade? So in this case, we took a move lower. Okay, we wanted to take this trade lower. When we look left, right here, what do we see? We see right at the open a sweep of liquidity. Beautiful. When I see a sweep of liquidity at the open, that's a like ding, 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 ding. Pay attention, folks. Pay attention. I back tested it. Let me rephrase it. During my back testing on something else, I noticed this. When price sweeps, when the 930 candle sweeps some amount of liquidity right off the open and aggressively runs the other way, it's off to the races. Okay? That's something that when I was backtesting something else, I said, wow, look at the 930. I've noticed this because I've seen the 930 candle probably 1,000 times. I've looked at the 930 candle on different days a minimum of 1,000 times. So you're sitting on the other side of this camera going, man, I want to get better. I want to have that confidence. Well, get in front of grab TradeZilla, go backtest, and look at the 930 candle from 1,000 different days. That's what I did. Literally. I'm not even joking. I've done it. I mean, I have 6 years of backtesting backed up. So if you look at backtesting days accumulated, it tells me I've looked over 6 to 7 years of days for backtesting. And all of those, a vast majority of those, has been focused on just 930. So these are where I come up with my 930 model. This is where I came up with the pump and dump. This is where now I'm identifying something else that's happening at 930 that over time, it gives me more confidence because I'm seeing things a little differently because I've seen so many 930 candles, okay? So we saw this sweep of liquidity. We saw aggression. We have a fair value gap that's left. The fair value gap, if tagged, 50% odds just alone that it runs in our favor. It ran in our favor. It closed below the first presented fair value gap. It respected the first fair value gap. Okay, that's enough for me. I'm taking the trade. Obvious draw of interest. Have we ran farther than that, folks? 100%. This bad boy is moving. Do I need all of that? I kind of wish I had all of that. I kind of want all that. But am I going to complain about it? No. I just came out real nice. And unfortunately, none of it was copied. I'm looking at my account up $250, $260 on that trade, and it only went on one account. That stinks. So now I have the opportunity to, am I going to let that affect my day where it wasn't copied on the accounts? Am I going to let that cause me to take poor trades? Is that going to, am I going to allow this negative thing that just happened, that I just realized, to have me go on tilt trying to find another move to make up for basically over $1,000 of missed opportunities of cash? Am I going to do that? Do you see what I mean? There's so many ways that you can grow as a trader here, folks. Good trade, BC. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. You bet, Mike. One day at a time. One day at a time. We keep rocking here. So if you missed what my bias was short. Why was my bias short? Because the previous day was a bearish expansion candle. So we have to anticipate lower prices the following day. Just as a standard. Look at this green candle. Green, we got to anticipate the next day green. Green, closed above the high, got to anticipate the next day. Green, got to anticipate the next day green. This day was not. This day it closed inside the range. We got to anticipate a potential lower day. But what did we get? A higher day. But over and over and over again, for the most part, when you have a lower or higher day that closes above or below the previous opening price, opening price, we have to anticipate higher price action or lower price action. In this case, anticipating lower price action. Could we come back up and stay in this range? Sure. Honestly, I think we could probably hang out in this daily fair value gap. I think we could come back up into here. How far is it going to want to go? This is a big reach, in my opinion. That's 369 handles. That's 400 handles from opening price down to the next low. That's a big move. Could it be running for that? Yeah, it could. Did we do the job needed to potentially go higher? You look at this low to this high. Yes, we have crossed the midpoint of this price leg. So now my question is are we hitting 60% and bouncing? Are we running for liquidity? or are we going to just stay inside this daily fair value gap? Those are the questions that I'm running through my mind right now to determine what my next opportunity may be. Oh, yes, sir. We are doing a giveaway today. Let me change the title of that. We're doing a giveaway. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are. So stick around. We're going to be doing some accounts. Probably give away a few Apex accounts and a few Take Profit Trader accounts. We'll do that once we are situated. We have what looks to be a market maker sell model. What this means for me, folks, if we can get all the way down here, not today, but over the next week or so, in my long-term accounts, in my swing trading accounts, I'll be entering longs down here. That's what I'm anticipating. That's what I'd like to do. So, in my investment accounts, that's my plan. This is not trading or investing advice. I am not a financial advisor. Speak with and talk with your own financial advisor for a financial advice. I am not one. I'm a guy on YouTube. I'm a guy on YouTube that loves Jesus. What's a drawdown account? A drawdown account means, let's say you start out with an account for $500. West Coast, Norsta? Yeah. So if you start an account with $500 and that account now has $250, that means you're in drawdown. Your account is in drawdown. It's not at or above where you started in that account. Go ahead and hit the like button, folks. I did not do the daily affirmation from yesterday, so we're going to be doing yesterday's daily affirmation here. And it's just a nice sell-off here, so got some low resistance liquidity right here. So I'm looking at this 15-minute. We have a London low. So we'll bring these out here. Yeah, so if it's an Apex account, you need to be in the States. And if it's take profit traders, pretty much for anybody here. Okay, so I didn't call this out, but I am in a short from this green candle here. I'm only doing one contract here. I'm going to go down to this 15-minute fair value gap. We'll see if it wants to play out. My stop's at break even. So we'll see if it wants to hold that or if it's just going to erase it. And it might stop me out at break even. Because all that was just disappeared here. Yeah, I'm going to get stopped out here. Not in a trade anymore. Got stopped out right at break even. Could have just closed that. That would have been nice. Dominic, been following my trading plan and passed an eval to a funded account yesterday. Today I'm up 1,000. Thank you, Lord. Would be a blessing to be able to work on another account. Awesome. Praise God. Don't get overconfident. Be grateful for what you got and walk away. What did I see there? I saw this giant drop and the respecting of every order block and fair value gap that we've come up into. So when we came up into the order block and the fair value gap, I decided to take a micro to see if we're going to do another continuation. Once we got the move in our direction, I set my stop immediately to break even. And unlike all of this price action where we moved lower immediately, this one went lower and then tapped me out. So that's what happened on that trade. Give me another 15 likes, folks, and we'll do our daily affirmation for today. The purple highlighted area is a 15-minute fair value gap. Oops. With 25 seconds till 10 o'clock, I'm anticipating probably a continuation here, at least hopefully to that level. That's what I'd like to see. We respected this fair value gap right here so far. All right, this is 10 o'clock. Let's see what kind of reaction we get here. Maria, thank you. I appreciate that. Very kind. Good morning, Adam. All right, we have hit our numbers. Let's take a look at our daily affirmation for today. All right, daily affirmation. This was for yesterday, like I just said earlier. Stay alert. I stay alert. I guard my mind and my heart. The enemy prowls, but he will not catch me unaware. My strength and vigilance are rooted in Christ. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. I stay alert. I guard my mind and my heart. Think about in your trading journey how often we're caught off guard, how many times we allow the emotions of the market to manipulate what we do, how we react, all that stuff. I stay alert. I guard my mind. The enemy is going to use every opportunity that he can to get you to have unbelief, to get you to doubt yourself, to steal your joy, to steal your dreams and your aspirations. So, anytime something negative happens, this is what the enemy does. He will use those opportunities to start whispering lies. Okay? Your strength, your vigilance is rooted in Christ. Stay focused on Christ and his promises. Don't allow the enemy to start whispering lies when you hear them. Reject them. Reject them. Reject them. Period. If you had a bad trading day, reject it. Reject that whole idea. So that is our affirmation for today. That is our affirmation for today. We just tagged this that green candle right there. Let's see if we respect it and move lower. This would be an order block right here. That would be a nice place to potentially get into a trade here. Fair value gap, order block, close below. Okay. Maybe. And there she goes. There she goes. All right, there's the entry I just took. I didn't directly tell you, but I literally called it out. Looking at this fair value gap as my target. At 23,105, my level's at 100. So 23,100 is where I'm sitting right now. When I look at the 5-minute time frame, look at this. We have a nice little sweep of liquidity right here, and our 15-minute fair value gap sitting right beneath it. So this is where my target is, and I want to see if we can get down there. That'll be 66 handles, folks. 66 handle move. Let's see if we can get. Let's see if we can get it. I'm going to take that because we hit the 15-minute fair value gap on NQ. Target reached, 66 handles, folks. That now replaced the other trade that I did not take. Made $120 on that, copied on all my accounts. That put my one of my accounts up to just under $400. That would have been nice to have that, huh? Waiting for the 10-15 macro. There's no such thing as a 10-15 macro. So why did we take this trade? Okay, let's explain this real quick. It's important for you to note that this is a big qualification for this trade that we took. We're seeing a trend playing out. We're seeing a fair value gap being respected and an order block being tagged. Delete this here. This is our 1 minute OB. Okay, 1 minute order block. We hit that order block 1, 2, 3 times while respecting that fair value gap. This is what ICT calls the silver bullet. This is the silver bullet entry. This is exactly what he would call the silver bullet entry. Okay? You target a 15-minute swing low, which was right here. You get in on the entry of the fair value gap, and you target that. That's the silver bullet. Okay? I waited for the confirmation of this play so that we didn't move higher by waiting for a 1 minute change in state of delivery, or in other words, a CISD. As soon as we close below this, we're off to the races. I got my confirmation, multiple confirmations of respecting of fair value gap, respecting of the order block, and a confirmation of change in state of delivery for a continuation this way. And that's where we took our trade to. At 10:15, we will do We will do we'll do a part 1 giveaway. We'll do a 2-part giveaway. We're going to do some giveaways here shortly, and then we will do another giveaway here later on if you didn't win anything. Who can tell me why I sold at the 15-minute fair value gap? You might have to look left to figure this one out. Who can find out and who can tell me why I wanted to sell at the 15-minute fair value gap? Maybe you didn't sell, maybe you don't sell all of your positions, but at least you take profit. Asian low? No. Confluence? No. Leroy is, you're close, but you're close, but you need to pair it with what Taven just said. I've talked about this before. It took my trading to another level. Okay? A sweep of liquidity sitting right above a fair value gap. That right there, folks, is the secret sauce to understanding when to take profit sometimes. Not all the time, because obviously the market's going to do what it wants to do, but it wouldn't surprise me if we get a retracement here or we consolidate for a period of time. Okay? Look at, let's go left, and we want to be in the 15-minute time frame because why? This is a 15-minute fair value gap. So if we go to the 15-minute time frame, okay, here it is, and look left. Okay? What do we have? We have a swing low sitting where? Right above the fair value gap. And then here's our fair value gap right here, right? When you have a fair value gap followed by a swing low right above or below a fair value gap, depending on if it's bearish or bullish, these fair value gaps are strong. They find lots of support. It could bounce from here. It could retrace from here and then continue. It could retrace, find support, and reverse from there for a period of time. So anytime you see a swing low sitting right above a fair value gap, take note. This works on the 1-minute time frame too, folks. It works on the 1-minute time frame, but it needs to be obvious like this. So if take a screenshot of this right here. This is what you want to take a screenshot of. Okay? You want to take a screenshot of that on your screen because we swept it and we're inside this fair value gap. Now, because we're in a sell program, there's a possibility we could run past it. There's for sure. But it wouldn't surprise me if we get a new 15-minute candle that's green. Temporarily, at least for the next 15 minutes. Not necessarily a 15-minute fair value gap. It could be a 5-minute, could be a 1-minute. It's when there's liquidity sitting above a fair value gap. So you got liquidity and fair imbalance all tied together. So that's what I would be looking for. But even still, I don't care if it drops from here. Look how it consolidates. Do you want to sit in a trade where it's consolidating like that? Maybe it's consolidating for a long period of time. Maybe it's just a reprieve before a continuation. I don't know. I probably wouldn't care if I got in the trade way up here. If I got in the trade way up here, I'd be like, I don't care. Retrace, reverse, I don't care. I'm waiting for this London low. I'm waiting for this July monthly opening price. I'm waiting for this sweep of liquidity, right? You can, when you get a stellar entry, you can weather through these retracements. But if you're looking more of a scalp, which is what we're doing, this is where you want to sell your positions. Because if it comes back, I mean, you're losing 50% of your profit, whatever it may be, okay? So depending on the style of trading that you're doing determines if you're just taking a TP here, if you're going to hold through it, or if you're going to sell your position completely. For me, I sold it completely. 66 handles I'm happy with. Okay. I'm telling you what, the longer I'm on the market, the more I just like, wow, why do I try to trade? Why do I try to trade days that aren't like this? Why? Why do I do that? Why do I try to force myself to take trades? Man, I'm thinking about that more and more and more. Some of these days that I've taken trades, it's like, why did you do that? Why would why would you try to trade in this? Even worse, why would you try to trade in this? I remember this day. Nice move here if you didn't get that off the open. But then we just kind of consolidated, right? Look how we just stayed straight sideways for the rest of the day starting at 11:30. No good trade opportunities here. I'm just saying, guys, like some of these opportunity, here's 9:30 right here. Nice move lower. I think we ended up trading that. But after that move, starting at 11:15, look at that. Okay? This was not a bad day. Probably a little more manipulation than I'd want. Back and forth. This day was not bad. The trade opportunity was right there. Wait for it to sweep all the liquidity right here, and then it runs in our favor. But I'm just saying, guys, when you start seeing this over and over, this one was a horrible day. This one was very difficult. Look at that. It's just, that would have been a grind. Yes, it went in your favor, but that would have been a straight grind if you did not get in right here somewhere. I vaguely remember trading this day, but I can't quite remember. Here's another day. Just back and forth. Never really running all the liquidity. All staying in a tight range. And then you look at today. Do you see what I mean? It's just like once you realize just the amount of opportunities that there are, why try to trade days that look choppy or aren't clear? Guys, I didn't have to try today. I didn't have to try. We literally saw an entry, we saw it respect, took the trade. Waited for another opportunity, retracement to a fair value gap, hit an order block, gave us a change in state of delivery, took the trade. It's just easy. The problem is brand new traders experience days like these and they think these are every day, and they're not. And the more I'm trading, the more I'm accepting that reality, and I think it's just going to make me a more patient trader. The more patient I am, the less money I'll lose and the better opportunities I'll take. But this was, I don't want to say too easy, because that's, I think, is naive to think that, and I think it's cocky. But what I'm trying to say is I didn't have to work that hard. BC, I kind of agree with that statement initially at the opening, but it's pretty obvious once you start seeing that and you have obvious draws on liquidity lower that you could potentially take a trade. I mean, we reversed right here where there was no liquidity being grabbed. Hey folks, I need to take this call real quick. All right. Did you miss anything, Dominic? No. Do your thing. Well, we did take a trade. BC, why don't I promote MFFU just as an example? The truth, BC, is when I requested a code for discount for people, they said no. And I have no idea why they said no to me. I have no idea. It's like, hey, I want to give some discounts out, and can I get a discount code to promote to other people? And they said no. I asked like 3 times. I have zero idea why. I've used them before. No idea why. It's probably not intentional. I'm not taking it personal. It's probably not intentional. I don't think I really have anything negative to say about them. I would classify them very similar to Take Profit Trader, but when I have used both of them, I prefer Take Profit Trader over my funded futures. The giveaway, we are giving away some Apex and Take Profit Trader accounts. we'll go ahead and do our first one here. I need to get the giveaway thing to set up. So give me a minute and we'll get all that set up. If you're here, we will do that giveaway. If you'll need to make a comment, so say hi in the chat, and then it will recognize that you're in the chat, and then it will count you for the giveaway. All right, it's counting right now, and we will start there. Put in the chat where you're from. Also, the first ones that we're going to be doing, there are some restrictions for Apex. I gave away a few Apex accounts that did not work in certain countries. I think Africa or continents. Africa was one of the continents. So for the Apex giveaway, being in Africa has been an issue, so you'll have to wait for the Take Profit Trader giveaway. All right, here we go. Let's start with the giveaway. We're going to start with Apex here. So what you'll need to do is once you are announced as the winner, you'll need to respond in the chat so I know that you're still here. And then also confirm by the country that you're in so that we don't end up trying to give you an account and it doesn't work and there's all this back and forth process, okay? So we're going to be giving away 4 Apex accounts today. 4 Apex accounts. And then we're going to be giving away 3 Take Profit Trader accounts. 3 Take Profit Trader accounts. So right now we'll start with the Apex accounts. I only have 65 entries. There's 163 people in here. I'm assuming more people want to participate. So make sure you put a comment in here. I'm not going to do it until at least we hit 100 people. Until we get 100 people inside the chat. Or inside the registered by the Nightbot for the giveaway. Are that many not a... I have no idea, Matthew. I have no idea. So I just, for example, David Moore just got recognized. Natasio, Money Making Joe, G. Isaac is just registered. These are the brand new people. I have 79 other people so far. Looks like most of the regulars are on. Brown, you just got noticed. Let's see, where did Brown make a comment here? $84 entries. We're working our way up there. I just want to make sure everybody's in here. That wants to be. We are, folks, while we're still waiting here, just so you guys know, we are consolidating at that area. Is that a surprise? Look how we close the next candle inside of that fair value gap. Surprise? I think not. I think not. We talked about why. Tim Dexter, we just got you on here. I see the hands up symbol. Oh look, yeah, as soon as you put it in there we go. It registers you right away. Great. So if you've put in a comment in the last 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, you're on here. So this is just everybody else. I got 87 people. I'll give 1 more minute for those that want to join. If you don't, then you won't be. Shaka, you just signed. You just got in. Oh, now it's popping. Now we're getting more people in. All right, here we go. Let's do the drawing. Winner number 1 of 4 Apex. We're doing 1 Apex account at a time. Once you get the winner, you'll need to email me, or you'll need to comment in here that you won and what country you are, just to make sure that you're in an area. First winner, you'll see the Nightbot just announced the winner in the chat. That's DNH EHWADI. You're the winner. I'll need you to comment here and what country you're from, so I know that we can give you that giveaway. I will wait 1 more minute. I will wait 2 minutes. There, is that it? There you go. Here in Europe, Estonia. Let's find out if we can do Europe and Estonia. I'm not 100% sure or not. That's what I'm checking, Ted. All right, Estonia is supported. You are a winner. And I will put my email once at the end of this drawing. I will put my email. You'll need to email me, and I'll give you a link. All right, let's do round number 2. Here we go. Second winner, Lawrence Hernandez. Lawrence Hernandez, you are a winner. Let me know what country you're in, and to confirm that we can give you one. And we will. California, all right, you're all in. Hang out till I give you the information, or you can send the email at dtjacademy@gmail.com. Winner number 3 is John Van Niekerk. Can I just say John? Congrats, John. South Africa. Let me double check. Maybe South Africa is an exception. It is not supported. So I'm sorry. You will have to wait for the other giveaway. I'm sorry. It really stinks. But no, and I will be doing a completely separate drawing for your name will be added back into the drawing, but I'm not given we'll do a redrawing. Reroll the winner, South Africa. Okay. Fabian, you are Fabian would be winner number 3 of 4. Let me know what country you're in, and then we'll make sure that we can get you that Apex account, and then we will move over to the Take Profit Trader accounts. Take Profit Trader is a little bit different on how we have to do it, so that's why we're doing them separately. Fabian, I'll give you 1 more minute to respond. All right, pretty quiet, Fabian. Sorry about that. We will re-roll him, but we'll do a second. We're looking for that 3rd winner here. He said you could have it. Money Making Joe, you are the winner for round 3. Are you here? Money Making Joe. There you go, Texas. All right. And the last winner is Carrie Parks. Carrie, are you here? All right, all right, there's Carrie. What country are you in? Arizona. All right, you're good. All right, so for the Apex one is done. We will do at 11:15 here in 30 minutes. We're going to be doing the Take Profit Trader accounts, but we will wait for that. So for those that won an Apex account, I need you to email dtjacademy@gmail.com. I'll pin that in the chat so you can go there. I have a list of the 4 that have won, and we will go from there. So let's head back to the charts and let's take a look at what the market's doing as we're getting closer to the 11 a.m. macro time. So somebody in the chat mentioned that they're waiting for the 10:15 macro time, and I'm going to say there's no such thing as a 10:15 macro time. Here's why I'd say that. Here's 10:15. There's 10:15 to 10:45. What have we done in that period window, which is the in-between of the macro times that I trade? I would say nothing. It's done absolutely nothing. Now, it could have kept going, but in many cases, you see price not do anything amazing during these periods of times. You look at the 10 a.m. macro. Where's the 10 a.m.? 10 a.m. is from 9:45. Oh, let's do this. 9:45 to 10:15. What did it do during that period of time? A lot of movement. So this is why I try and I prefer to take my trades during these macros. So right now we are in and just entered in our next period, which is from 10:45 to 11:15. So we have this window of time right here to potentially look for a cleaner opportunity. Not guaranteed, not a guaranteed winner, but that is what we're looking for. We're giving away 3 Take Profit Trader accounts. We're giving away 3. Now, take note. We just entered 1045, and look what it does after 1045. It just ran sell side liquidity just now. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. I think there's more holding periods that take place between these times, and the algorithm is given more permission during the end and beginning of the hour to actually move. It's not always, but I would say it happens that way quite often. All of these are evaluation accounts. So the Apex accounts allow you to get any level of an Apex account, 25, 50, 75, 100, 150. So great value if you want to go for a bigger one. The Take Profit Trader they're going to be 50K accounts. That means you're getting an account for $100. I mean, it's $100. That's $100. That's a big deal. So we're going to be giving away 3 today. I don't have any for Tradeify. So what are we looking for? If you are sitting down at the charts right now, you're in the 11 a.m. macro, what are you looking for? What are you considering? What are the things that you want to be paying attention to? Here's what I would want to be doing. I would want to look for sweeps of liquidity to get in on for continuation lower. Do you want to try to trade against all this movement that we've had? Probably not. What I would be more interested in is price action acting as if it's going the other way to induce buyers, sweep liquidity like that or this, and then move back lower. That's what I'd be looking for. Now, if we're really heavy, we might not get any of that. And if we don't get that, I might not be taking another trade. I'm already 2 for 2. We've won over 120 points today. So, we can't force trades. And this is part of the patience game that is so important to have, that even on great trading days like this, it's still, you want to have patience to take your setup and to take your trade. Okay? Don't get manipulated into the big movement of the candles thinking that I have to try to catch some of this. Lee, you guys will need to make stay in the comments, and I have it set to, once we do the drawing, you have to had commented in the last 10 minutes. So we will be doing the drawing at 11:15. So that means I will let everybody know at 11:05 that they need to make a comment. Once you make a comment at 11:05, it will keep track of you for that period of time so that you will be entered into the drawing. My Light. Thanks for the congrats on the 30 subs. I appreciate it. Progress. We'll keep going. Carrie, I just need to make sure if your email address is your name, then you just need to send me an email and put your name on it. For one of the contestants, DNHEHWUDI, hopefully your email is similar to that because that will help me. I just need to confirm your identity. Make sure it's you and not just some random person saying, oh yeah, I'm Carrie. Can you give me the, hurry up and give it to me. I need it right now. So they can get, a free account, and then I give it to the wrong person. Folks, I'm really close to be getting fiber in my neighborhood. I don't have fiber, and we don't have fiber. I've been with Cox for 5 years too long, and I'm so excited to get it. People are working outside, putting fiber in our neighborhood. I'm so excited because I'll have a much better, consistent connection, and I'll be able to upload stuff. So I have servers in my office. I don't like using Google or Google Drive or Dropbox. I don't like sharing all my stuff on there. And I want to upload content. I want to share content from my servers, so that if a editor wants a video, I can share them a link to my server and they just download it directly from my server. Why don't I use Starlink? Because their upload speed is only 30 megabytes. They don't have upload speed. I'm looking for upload speeds of like 500 megabytes a second. That's what I'm looking for. With Cox, I'm limited to only 30 megabytes of upload speed, and Starlink would be the same. And Starlink's more expensive. And I'm not out in the. I would use Starlink if I'm traveling, if I'm living in an RV, traveling, that kind of thing. I'll probably get one. Don't get caught up in this move right here in the lower price action. Just wait. I told you, DJ, it's impossible to go back once you got it. And it will be cheaper than Cox. I'll get more value for less money. It's a no-brainer. It's just a matter of, I've been irritated. Cox is on a slow death. I don't watch cable. I don't have any cable. I only do internet, and there haven't been any good options where I'm at. No, I'm not. It's not getting installed. They're putting it in the neighborhood, and then I call them and I say, can I get connected to what they put in the neighborhood? Can you share your normal trans quantity? Do you mean contract quantity? Yeah, right now it's anywhere from 1 to 5 contracts. The first trade we took this morning was 3 contracts. The second trade that I took was only 1. What's up, Ryan? You take any trades today? Today was great. We had two big winners, 120 points total. About. Can I share my trading setup? Marcus, when you talk about my trading setup, are you talking about like my computers, my desk space and everything? I can do a video on that. If people are interested, I can do a video on something like that. No, Ted, it is not a monthly sub. It's only for the evaluations. Once you pass your evaluations, there's no additional cost. Minis, Justin. I do minis. I've been very transparent and vocal about it. The reason I haven't sized up is because from time to time I go on tilt, and until I know that I can manage more contracts, I don't want to size up because I don't want to blow accounts. It's pointless if I'm not growing if I'm blowing accounts. So I'm staying small, being consistent. Yesterday was a great day. I ended up taking the 3 p.m. reversal model and wiped out most of my profits yesterday. It was very disappointing. There wasn't the wrong trade. It was the right trade. It was my model, the 3 p.m. reversal. It just failed. And so how do I respond? What I'm spending the time doing is dealing with emotions. So the only way I can deal with my emotions is when things go wrong. How do I respond to it? When things go wrong, how do I react? When things go wrong, do I maintain composure? Do I maintain that stoic persona and not allow myself to go on tilt? So unfortunately, the only way I can improve in my skill set in this area is it can't be planned. It can't be planned. I'm going to do everything that I know I'm supposed to do. I'm going to follow my rules. I'm going to take my trades. You know, I'm watching the market. We did that today. We had 2 phenomenal trades today. But when something goes wrong, how do I personally handle that? That is what I'm building up more and more every single day. Yesterday, phenomenal trading day. Yesterday, great setup for the 3 p.m. reversal. It failed. I lost a lot of the profits that I made. Disappointing. Do I go on tilt? Do I control my emotions? Do I just walk away and do that? I need to continue to build that muscle to the point where I feel confident enough to say, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. Where I'm at right now is I'm seeing it. I see it in my trading. I'm doing the right thing. But then I have those moments when nobody else is watching, like everybody else has those moments that just says, you know, Tyler, I think wisdom says don't chase the money, don't chase sizing up, and continue to build upon your consistent growth as a trader. And once I do that, then I'll size up. Then I'll size up. I'm not trading for profit. I'm trading for education. I'm trading. That's my motto right now. I'm trading for education. I'm trading for growth. Ryan, I missed your comment. Where was it? Sup? Yes, I'm rolling through 3 accounts. 1 Apex, 1 Take Profit, and my cash account. All green today. Way to go. Lawrence, all right, setup tour, okay. Jason, I did mean micros if I said minis. Micros. Sorry if I confused everybody. Who is that? Kevin? The fair value gaps that I have at open, I have only 2 fair value gaps that I paid attention to right now. That told my trade. The 930 fair value gap and the 931 fair value gap. And that's where I took my trade. Then the only other fair value gap that I took was the fair value gap at 953. And then we have the 15-minute fair value gap that we used as our target. So right now we've swept some liquidity. I want to see it push higher and then potentially look for a move lower. But there's a high probability we get some consolidation in this range. If we go to the hourly, I mean, we got some big candles there, folks. We could keep dropping. We got London low. We just swept that liquidity right there. We have London low from August 3rd, August 4th. And then we have the end of the market maker sell model, which is down here. So do we want to take any longs in this? No, I don't think so. I'm not interested in longs. You could take a retracement trade, maybe to the 50% level. That's a possibility. But, I mean, all of that is really subjective on what you're interested in. I like the idea of this daily low that we had right here. Let's change that to a breaker. Oops. Let's change that to a breaker. That breaker right there is attractive. Why? Because it's coming up to this series of down close candles, which is where the breaker's at. And it's right underneath this order block. Okay? See those series of up close candles? That right there is a 4-hour order block. Let's jump to the 4-hour. Look at that. Boom. Do you see that? Just like that. Surprise, surprise. 4-hour order block. Green candle. Right there. So we have our swing low to the left. Let me get rid of those. We have our swing low to the left, which would be a great area of interest. It wouldn't surprise me if we do something like this now. We come up here and we reach our way over here, and then maybe on Friday, by Friday, where is it? Or maybe next week, we run that low. Here's Thursday, so Friday, maybe right around here. We go like this. Boom, boom. Something like that. There's a very big possibility, unless it's just so heavy it wants to run. So, meaning, what am I waiting for? Long term, or over the next couple days, I'm looking for price to reach back up here, and when it's up here, that's when I'm going to look again for a short. I'm not going to be looking for longs when we're up here. Remember, market maker sell model, I want to see it run this level here or come close to it. If it runs it today, we might not really have an opportunity unless it sweeps liquidity and gives us an entry for a lower trade. Does it work in Jamaica, Jeremy? I'm not sure. So Apex has a list of Here is the countries that are not able to participate. These are the countries here. If you're in one of these countries, we cannot help you. I cannot give a giveaway for you. Yeah, China's on there. So I don't, honestly, China, it's weird. You think with it being such a huge country, there'd be a lot more people from China on something like this. But not one person has ever, Japan, South Korea, surprisingly, the Philippines. But yeah. The Apex accounts are done. We're going to be doing the Take Profit Trader. So if you want to be in that drawing, we're going to be doing it in the next 10 minutes. So make a comment and you'll be in that drawing. I'll be right back. Going to use the restroom. Honestly, there hasn't been much activity. We're seeing price now give us a reaction, and we're moving higher. I would want to see it sweep some level of liquidity to be able to take a trade lower. That's how I'd want to approach it. But honestly, after such a huge move like this, what did we get? We got 400 points. We just dropped 400 points in an hour and a half. I mean, that's crazy. That's beautiful. I'll be right back. All right. I see your comment for the Apex account. I can give it away to somebody else. All right, so the first drawing will be for Take Profit Trader, and then we will re-give away the last Apex account. The first winner said the Woody did not want it, so we'll give it away to somebody else. I told you he said he could have it. Let's look at the 5-minute chart here. All right, so this to me, in my mind, is where I'd want to see price get up through. These levels here, and then we have a breaker right here. That's enticing. So I marked out the low and the close. Somewhere here, if we get a rejection around there, I might look for a 10 to 20 handle scalp. I'm not, is it skeptic? I'm not convinced that we're gonna keep going here, but I'm willing to play that direction. But if it doesn't happen in the next 3 minutes, I'm not taking a trade because my rules are at 11:15 I'm done trading for the AM session and won't be taking any other trades. 3 minutes and we'll do the giveaway. Okay, so for the giveaway, I'll say this. If you are a winner on Take Profit Trader, you will need to email me so I have your email, and then I'll be giving your email to Take Profit Trader. You need to make sure you also have an existing account with Take Profit Trader. If you do not have an existing account with Take Profit Trader, they will not have you in their system and they won't be able to give you a free account. So you can create an account with Take Profit Trader and you don't need to buy anything, but you need to create a Take Profit Trader account. So if you win, just make sure before emailing me, you sign up with the email you want to use, and then we will use that email and give it to Take Profit Trader. And then at the end, we'll be doing the final drawing for the Apex account since one of the gentlemen wanted to get rid of it. All right, enough time has gone by. Let's go ahead and get started here. 30 seconds, and then we'll be doing the first drawing for Take Profit Trader. We're giving away 3 accounts. Today. All right. Drawing number 1, the winner for the first Take Profit account is Random. Random, you are the winner. I need you to put a comment in the chat. Let me know that you got that, and then tagged at the top of the chat, you will see the email. You need to send me an email. Make sure you have an Take Profit Trader account already. I'll give 2 minutes for each person to respond. If they don't respond by that time, then we will do a redrawing for someone else. All right, so price, I'm done for the day, but I'm still watching this. I'm watching these 2 levels right here. These 2 levels right there, and see if it respects this small little breaker we have right there. High, low, higher, high, broke lower. Didn't quite get there, so I think right there is what we do. And then you could probably see a decent move. If I'm going to take it, if I would be taking a trade, I would be targeting 50% right there. Something like that. No response yet. Still waiting for Random to respond. Jacob, you putting a comment there enters you into the trade. Or enters you into the giveaway. All right, so no response from random. We'll redraw. Kevin Woolley. Kevin Woolley. Kevin Woolley. Give me a comment. Let me know you're present, and you will be marked down. There you go. All right. Kevin, what country are you in? I don't think there's any issues with this, but I'm going to just double check. Yep, there is also a list, so I just need to know what country you're in, and then I'll confirm that I can give you an account. Wyoming, you're good to go. Okay. Kevin, you'll need to email me with the email address that you have an account with Take Profit Trader, and I'll submit them that email so they can give you a giveaway. All right, let's do the next one here. The next winner is Jason. Just Jason. Jason. All right, so we just tagged that breaker. Let's see, do we find support here or resistance and we roll over, or do we just push right through it? Jason here, US, Florida. All right. Jason, you got to send me an email. It's pinned in the chat. All right, we'll do the last Take Profit Trader right now. And the winner is Isa, E-I-S-A, Isa. It wouldn't surprise me if we maybe wick up into this fair value gap right here. See that? Wick up and then close in there. Yay. All right, what country are you in, Isa? And then we have one more Apex account we're re-giving away because the gentleman didn't want it. So I'll be doing that real quick here in a second. But Isa, I need to know what country you're in. Isa, North Korea? What country are you in, Isa? Kwoot. Let's double check, make sure that's not on the restricted. No, it is not. So you are good to go. The following country are explicit. Good. All right, Isa, I need you to send me an email. And then I will send that email to take profit trader, and you need to have a active take profit trader account. All right, last drawing, folks. Back to Apex. We're gonna do that right now, and the winner for Apex, the last Apex account, is the Tabernacle of Glory International Ministry. Are you still here? That's for an Apex account. What country are you in? Texas. All right, you're good to go. All right, folks, that wraps up the... I'll need you to send me an email, and I'll give you a coupon code for you, Tabernacle of Glory International Ministries. It's a mouthful. Other than that, guys, that is going to be it today. I'm done trading for the AM session. I'm going to call it a day here. It seems that we've pushed past this. So we didn't take a trade here. Why? Because we want to see if we get reactions here. Did we get reactions? No, I'm not just going to blindly click a button. We don't do that. So it went past it. So what do? We get rid of it. Now, the point of interest is this sweep of liquidity. I want that. Okay? I want to see, if we can get above there, I'm interested in taking the trade. If we fall short and drop, I'm not interested. I want to see the sweep of liquidity for me to first induce buyers to then sell short. That's what I would be looking for. But that's going to be it for me today. We'll be back here tomorrow live on YouTube. We are now taking 1 day a week from YouTube, and it's going to be exclusive for those in the Discord, in the Purpose Driven Trader Academy. We've selected the Tuesday of every week. We will be in the Discord and not on YouTube. The rest of the days will be live here on YouTube. So excited to see you all again tomorrow. Hit the like button. Consider subscribing. Find me on X if you have any questions or you want to connect. Otherwise, God bless, guys. Stay safe, and we will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.